Nice.
So that no fun never be judging as well. Because I don't know why. First, we are not a guilt. See, as a radical does.
Okay, then I'm here. But how? I mean, waking up early and leaving to come to work now.
It's
become a normal thing now. So
yeah. You say practicing cohabitation, kaka. I will encourage everyone
to do what? To cohabit.
Yeah.
Before marriage.
Yeah. For some months. You see, the divorce rate beba form.
Who told you?
I'm telling you. Sir, me to fear. It is very different from say. Me no na.
Na cohabitation they dia hen. Because the divorce rate beba.
Cohabitation kakra. They say honum na unto obi to me bo bia so because we mere president free so.
Obi de ne suba
obi so dey mere free form. I didn't know mere president free so.
Obi masa our head there. Isembe and the cohabitation never mind divorce what?
Eboa. Me say ngata to stop divorce. It will reduce divorce rates.
At least even if it's 2%, it has done something.
Research Ben why?
No,
what was it 2 weeks ago? I was say
saying who be something na me. And then the woman say
2 weeks experience no feel say cohabitation does what?
Cohabitation, yes.
Your friends are divorce rate.
Yes, because you already know the person you are committing the rest of your life to.
No, but you see, if you cohabit with somebody even for 2 years, you expect the marriage will last longer, right?
Yeah.
And it's not 2 years. It's more why not 2 years. There are so many things that cohabitation you won't know.
Yeah, one could be how you also dom.
It's cohabitation that be more who's done and
love ne wo stages baby.
Allah.
Yeah, last day na huna na baby ya no. Honyu nyandru love. Love say wababe huni weaknesses nyina.
That's
still love that person regardless. And that weaknesses so banana ni sorry anopa.
2 weeks counselor.
Only ni sorry anopa.
Hey, Mr. Moses political.
Still bachelor taking out to the truth. Only the sorry anopa. Because most of the ladies on Baba Horoma ye never be break, cleanser, one makeup or but that 2 is 3 days one.
That's right now who and him now who they all go about no money now.
And then the pistia boom and then shower boom. And then I sign
Jamai. There's a old boy Jamai as an hour.
Yeah, no boy Jamai.
For the
now I don't know if it's
cohabitation. There's some what's not.
It's not about cohabitation. I saw down the
ones cohabitation there, depending on what you. Yeah. And you're totally different from so Abanoko. But cohabitation there extreme. What about them? Now some see our end.
And why?
Cohabitation. But cohabitation is different.
And there's a motibo and here canoe.
You see some more BBC. Yes, legally and him sending panda eshon say busuan for be hwe na ebeba ho. But cohabitation won ko boko kompo fan san ko e. Ana obande wi an ho beda ho. Ana sabi nyame fa san.
Na boy si bebe adom na de ho.
Tie me. Ya nyame fa san ma.
Ebi ni nature nyina da.
I be free more them. Oh, ko kan ansem say.
They will be free more them.
They be me.
Yesu dim.
Drama inti. Oza di Yesu di na ka say
But anyway, on a more serious note.
But you would advocate that people cohabitate.
Advocate.
Okay.
And if you don't go through that, so on fair no cohabitation na. Pray post-marital counseling.
Post-marital counseling.
Yes.
Mobile why any counsel,
post-marital counseling.
Number why we is a counselor. Okay.
The post-marital counseling comes when you go with Bombo Busanawari. Simunu Bako.
Yes,
they don't even have the peace of mind to enjoy their
that's how why they can do for some mobile uncle.
Every people about you know over catches of one catches of.
Okay. Mr. Boss, how was your weekend? How have things been going though?
I mean, just too many assignments on the table.
Fine,
Professor.
I can feel some heaviness around my neck because the neck has been like this.
But we'll have no all kind of I can't myself be kakra. Akwabi or no ye tudu for our dinner akwai okutwa bi na car born kakra ti car born no say na nani so brain into him say wawu ano no eja onenam say who say obi kokoma o say den onenam kama nti ni sunsun ni nenam na ko pie baby honyina white akwai show no hu say obofo bi ba o say obo na bacha hey o so wawu ti hey I don't API. I said, Bram Kocho, I didn't know the above for each or what is very brave. I want to show watching or share snowball, but you know, what is he also? If you say, Obia watch to the Bonia, Neko, the Bonia Neko. I want to share. Hey, did you watch that? Come and say, no,
what dog yet?
Teacher need the na portray us. Hey, say teacher so no so twanto aka. No who so for be there so then so call. Hey, o se no obo. That's how do bia twanto de. So bia antro a. Chakwara you share all the professions no. Who lawyers. Who lawyers there no. Bisa obo. Pato.
They can't take
what you mean the family profession is a bishop.
Teacher for the
lawyers in Chandro.
Nurse for the na for the no info. O say the police officer contact the daddy see this.
Rise and
above for ne Chandro. Above for ne Chandro. I am a drink I saw about friends and lawyers Chandro. I'm on defending you. I'm oh, now so client of course, as a client, I was so kind of create you.
Yeah.
Now was one run out the bay. I want to be in 5 emotions because I
have any boss to copy.
and now they are
about us, I'm
running kata
Antino.
But
no,
when him say Emremuno, BB is an adverse possession. And that as I see it, that way, oh dear. No, make catch you. As I see it, that way, I own our toy. And your catchers on your toys, I say, I have to take possession of it. Bet me the annual gusu, bet me a blocks, or gusu bet me at the foundation kakra. Nina, auto assassin one yet. For years to come, still, Okoano assassin in real fool also, and Obia Betanaso. And when you are crowd Bonapata also, Okoana, if you are Bua Patano, I started to war, or sit down across you, acquire the uncles in Simebuagu. Now I shall not 12 years or so. No, I was oko budaim. Want to be in book.
And they say, woman, sit down there, wait, fierce.
No, apart from so we sit down the crash, or it's not land necessary. Oh, dear, now you don't take possession, no, continue for 12 years. And Remono, you don't have any right to go for it again.
So taking possession means what?
Taking possession, I make mechanical either obey me the annual trips, I could go, obey blocks, a guso, obey me, I have four or so. We are taking possession of it.
No, yeah, fool, so.
And there's all their movies on your phone, you need to independent air force. But you when you know, be quiet idea also for it. Into me come back and no say no. What the ones about I said, Debbie, men are more papers, men are say, but Nippon not taking possession. Into how a lawyer no I didn't wait and draw, or them run the edge.
Sergio Ramos.
When you Sergio Ramos, I'm ransom na make
in Emrankano crew.
And then I'm Rankano.
Let me say,
Emran yes, say, everything.
And then I'm saying, Emranya no cray.
Okay.
Emran,
He defended guilty and not guilty.
To know, Otas no die to her. Minimum be or no, I said, of fish, but of course, and as I see away.
As I know, but you must
they be say, as I see, a month for areas, community to me, as I see, I saw be a man for a long time, and now I can a way. Say, hey,
yes, that's show one in our.
Obia could come over crown out.
I'll be trying quite much.
Anyway, guys, so welcome to the show. This morning we have some interesting conversations coming up, and one of them, of course, we get into legalities a little bit, but the very first one has to do with Medikal. Of course, Medikal has a big song in the country at the moment, and you know, as somebody who for a while been looking out for some of the hit songs in the country. The other time I saw Portfolio write that it looks like there's been a drought for hit music, and so Medikal says his song That Shoulder has actually saved the Ghana music industry, at least in the first half of the year. I don't know what you make of that. For those who have not heard this song, here I have it. That is Medikal featuring Shatawale, and then Beat Strap. This is Shoulder. Let me start off with Mr. Bones. Are we having a musical drought, like a hit drought season in Ghana for this particular year? Because I mean, yes, there's been a number of songs, but it's not like there's been a drought. It's been 8 months already.
I mean, we are 8 months into the year.
8 months into the year already.
And I wouldn't say entirely that we're having a hit drought. Yes, because I mean, Black0's album is this year, right?
Yes, of course.
And how many hit songs does he have out there? I'll say that, you see, in a long while, we've not experienced an artist having an album that is as solid as Black0's own. To have, I mean, number of hit songs of it, and all of them keep gaining strength each month. If you are to look at what is happening now, you could actually tell that there will be a time that you think, as a album new year and you end the chopa, but the next minute you fall in love with another different song and all that. So that is about Black0's album. And looking at, I mean, Medikal, that line, I mean, or that tag, he loves to use it. I saved. You remember? Yes, not long ago. Sebi rap. And my day on a strong man. So I think I saved has become quite synonymous with him and all that. But I believe that yes, there's been times that we go like Charlie, we drop it, boom, we drop it, boom, we drop it, boom, we. But now we have normal hit songs. But monster hits is what we don't have.
So for 8 years, you think we've not really had a monster hit song?
For 8 months.
I mean, for 8 months. Sorry.
For 8 months.
The year 2025.
2025.
Are you sure?
You know, I was last time asking about where is King Prom.
And he's been on tour and he's been working as well.
My brother.
No, but you understand he's been on from last year. He'd been on tour.
King of music,
and all that.
so he can actually. He's now the current king of music.
You see, for the many things that won King Promise awards in 2025 with respect to the Ghana Music Awards, were these very things that we are referring to today as well. He had a couple of hit singles in the year 2024. And in 2025, as it stands now, we are in the 8th month. We are in the 8th month, and I don't know if there's been a single song from King Promise in the year under review. That's what I'm talking about here.
Like I said, if he's released any new song,
yes,
or you're thinking any big song.
No, any new song.
I mean, he has a new single with what's the name? They just dropped a new single, himself and then Kwesi Arthur.
Is it Chris Arthur's song or it's for King Prom?
It's a collaboration.
No, my brother, NY.
No, why collaborations don't cut for songs again?
No, it's not for. I mean, even if it's a collaboration, it's not for King Promise featuring Chris Arthur. It's Chris Arthur.
That's what I'm saying. It's a collaborative effort. So it's a collaborative.
No. I'm talking about a song from King Promise,
himself,
whether featured somebody or else.
Okay.
We are 8 months into the year, and you know, that's what I'm saying. That it's easier for people in this part. I mean, those doing the popular music to come out and say that we've worked so hard the year under review, and we go like, because they are, I mean, but also the year under review 2025 the calendar year, all the artists that found themselves in the artist of the year conversation in 2024. We know Kim Paluta has dropped about 4 songs or 5 songs already in the year. Black0's has an album. Stoneboy. I mean, few singles here.
Yeah,
Shatawale wasn't nominated, but Shatawale has also dropped an album and all that, an EP.
Yeah.
Medikal has this song, and I mean, you could see, and I'm asking that. I mean, where is King Promise 8 months into the year?
Why King Promise?
I am
why
asking.
not any other person? Or is it because he is the reigning artist of the year?
Exactly that.
Does that mean that in the following year he must be dropping bangers as well? I mean, that
not dropping bangers, but works.
I mean, that is for something he's won previously. We are looking at this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That so the drought.
So don't put pressure on King Promise.
I am not putting pressure, my brother. 8 months into the year, and you're saying I'm putting pressure.
No, so you don't put pressure on him just because he has won artist of the year before or the year before.
Also, Sadia never was some time ago.
That is difficult. So winning artist of the year, the next year you have major hits in.
No, like there'll be droughts in your. I mean, from your camp, and at a point it was only Sarkodie who was able to break that jinx. And later, no, and Crawford has some more pick up. Yes, it's normal for me to ask these questions because
So for you, 8 months, you don't think there's any major hit single, or for you think Medikal's assertion is right? It's true.
For saving Ghana music is what I don't actually hold on to. Because saving, I mean, it's not just one song that can save us from January till now. A Medikal song actually peaked about a month.
I mean, it's not been 3 months, Seth.
Yes, it peaked about a month or about. Should I say about?
It's been like a month since it actually picked up.
Yes, so I can't say that he saved the industry because from January we've been enjoying albums. Releases. I mean, nobody can say that Black0's album don't have hits on them.
Let me ask you this: Black0's songs, yes, it does have hit songs, but do you think there's a monster hit from Ghana this year? From Black0's album, is there a monster hit, or they are regular hit songs?
The problem with albums is that, like, when you give too much of good songs on a body of work, it makes it very difficult for one to stand out tall because you have more good songs and more I mean diversity of because okay, let's take Sacrifice. Somebody say that song is huge, is big, and somebody come and say, oh, Smoby is huge. Oh, somebody come and say, oh, One Eye Open is big.
Top of the morning
is big. So that's what I'm saying, that it's very difficult to predict that on Black0's album this is the biggest song because he has too many good songs of that project and too many. And what's a hit song? I mean, it's relative to a lot of people that, oh, Charlie, there's a hit song, there's a good song, there's a big song, but when you talk about a monster hit, as it stands now, I can tell Black0's album can have about 3-4
monster or hit songs.
3-4. Should I say monster?
You see, we've had years where songs like Kiddies, Touch It, and all that. Like there were even global songs, hit songs. You can have Tyler from South Africa's Water. And that's a big song. That's a global song. You've had it. Fuso DJ perhaps with Azondo and all those. Like these were monster hit songs. This year, 8 months into the year.
8 months into the year. That's you see. This very difficult to go.
So if we don't, then it means that.
But
if we don't, then it means that Medikal is right to say he saved Ghana's music.
No, he said. You see, and why? Saving Ghana's music. It means that this song should be everywhere.
But it's not everywhere.
Everywhere in the charts around the world and everywhere that we go, can we actually talk about this song? While I mean, look at the Black0's album that I'm talking about here, and the songs of it, and how the songs were able to be on charts globally. Black0's performances outside Ghana during the tours and all that, how people were singing to these songs, and the impact out there in Ghana here as well. Now there hasn't been any Black0's event that people don't sing line to line to the songs that we are talking about here. So saving Ghana's music, that's what I am saying. That no.
So in terms of saying they saved Ghana music, that's where you have a problem.
Maybe he saved himself from hit drought for about 5 years.
Oh, you think Medikal has not had a hit song in about 5 years?
Oh, not at the end of the back. I beg to say we are.
Medikal has had good songs.
I may say in the last 5 years.
I might have to check, but I'm pretty sure Medikal has had some good songs.
No, and I may say the opposite between I check here.
Let me guess.
Because I'm now ubebodini na enye nasema.
Let me guess.
La house on Abeka na azade.
I will check on that and revert. Let me get.
And I on fella maka for you. Omuja kra. I was 3 years kra ya about.
Mullah.
Yeah.
Medikal says he saved Ghana's music. I mean, it's been 8 months. No major hit single that perhaps competes globally and all that. Let's not forget that Molly's song is an international hit song, smashing and breaking records all over the world. But Medikal says he saves Ghana's music. I mean, those years so far.
Some a different bomb from Arab Money Gang record label, AMG.
I mean, he's no longer with them though.
But still, making reference to them, you know. Some of them goes beyond, say, a record label, say, a family. So, a delusion of grandeur. Yeah. From what we have seen so far, I mean, you can't take anything away from Medikal. He's a modern day rapper. I think Medikal as somebody who knows what the people want and is doing it for them. That's why I'm calling him a modern day rapper, because he can be deep if he wants to. He's one of my favorite rappers, so he can be deep if he wants to. But why not just say no? And part of delivering to customers, finding out what they want. This generation wants fast food music, and that's exactly what he is delivering to them. And I'm paying for my music for my rap for about 15 years, and say because that's what this generation wants and is yearning for. When you get here, so we have the right to say that kind of word, say we're saving Ghana music. It should go beyond an artist who has just one hit song. It should go beyond an artist if I said numbers are in his favor. It should go beyond an artist where we really see a body of worker. Obia enyuma wasu ni nyina no obetimi aka say 8 songs you have about 4 songs on it. 50% of the songs are out there and it's banging. Just like last year, King Prom. So you releasing the body of work now. Yetimi kase concrete say 4 hit songs. Also, he has the right to say
he saved.
I've saved Ghana music. If I can promise her, the body of work no, On also about 4. Obobo Continental, Obobo Paris, Ubobo way. He also has the right to say that. But let's be honest, Kaka. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Ebina ayi. Me say who say musicians ni bebre who say Black Sherif when he releases. So if you dare also release that, because one, the hype mechanism around Black Sherif. So we are industry person and you know. So it is unmatched our country with. So when you want to be to Obia or Bonyoma Ekopa, you can see say money has been pumped into marketing. Aside the fact that the songs are good, let's take away that. Ejime say me record label now high song. Now you will drop now Obia be far. Everybody is going to sing it out there. I am going to tell you to hold on, Kaka. I'm not saying say Obia releases song when Black Sherif releases, but the kind of hype mechanism around him, the kind of resources around him, and his talent ne kutanono, are very dangerous to say Obia sa kind of project na Obia or lifetime project.
But I mean, let's not forget that we've had the likes of Kojo Black and all these young talents and amazing talents also drop songs. Kiddy Them's all are dropping songs. Olive the Boy teaming up with a Nigerian for a joint project. There are some of these
Kiddy, Black Sherif,
these good songs and all that out there as well.
2025 as I'm now can.
2025.
Yes, 2025.
That gymnastic now can.
No, I'm saying that let's not forget that Kiddy has released a number of singles this year. It's not just Gymnastic is just when the three of them came together. But beyond that, he's dropped a number of singles.
But those songs he has released.
Jackie has dropped songs as well.
Yes, and dropping an album.
Jackie is dropping an album as well after midnight or something. Others are also dropping. But so how come we still don't have that major for?
But we are coming from 2024.
No, 2024 obviously will be
we are
out of our.
I said we are coming from 2024, where was a year that omo bombardier with his songs. We raining Kimpaluta rainy kakra na lomo ayeden ababetuni kakra na last the boy abetuni kakra na excellent cry by Kojo Black was released at the last quarter of the year. And no cry on the relevance. Ankasa
was
this year
in the year 2020.
So if we are coming from such a year, not just one artist, any really the music industry are all about 4 or 5 hit songs, very big songs. Now say a nipa 2, 3. Medikal in a way betimia kasasem, no, but then
having just one hit song enough to say he saved
exactly. That's why I'm concluding say. So Obetimia are confident enough to come out to say I have saved the music industry. You should have a body of work, and that body of work should give us about 3 or 4 or 5 his song. It's Mr. Samuel Edu from Boy. Baby, I want to we can't be our saving music industry. This is say Black Sherif, and I dare say that a lot of people are scared to release their good projects because of Black Sherif's Iron Boy album.
But I mean, it's been a long time. If you say a lot of people are scared to release songs, I doubt, because it's been a while since Black0's released his project.
And you know what we release also be strategic.
No, but I mean,
before you release.
But anyway, I said something that when Black0 dropped the album, prior to the release of the album, he had about 4 or 5 singles that were already out.
January 9th.
9th was there,
like which obviously he does because it's his birthday.
Rebel music.
But after the release of the album,
which is April,
people came out with their favorites. Oh, this is my favorite of the album. Aside the already released songs, Small B, Sacrifice,
Dreamer, Top of the Morning,
One Eye Open, and you see. By the time that you are done with your 4 or 5 top songs and you're saying these are my favorites, you go and listen to the album again, and now your favorites becomes Charlie, these are not the ones.
And let me help you here.
That's what I'm saying, that the activation by Black0's team is that one, this month, this song is top. Everybody is jamming to this one. The next month, there is a new sound.
The hype machinery around that guy.
In summary, if anyone has saved Ghana's music, for the past 8 months,
yes,
it should be Black0's.
Black Sherif.
You think it should be Black
Sherif has the right to say that,
because he has an album,
and
that
undisputed
album has songs that people can sing line to line. We've seen him perform around the world, and how people received his craft out there
when
in
it comes
Ghana
to shows,
and everything.
When it comes to numbers,
all right. So my team believes that if anyone is said to have actually saved Ghana's music this year so far, it should be Black Sherif. I don't know what you make of it. That means that session by Medikal is nothing to hold water, or nothing that holds water, but maybe just one of those to actually get people talking, just like we are talking this morning. Sorry guys. Excellent. Now let me remind you that your property holds the power to transform your future, and that's why we want to welcome you to Eclipse Collateral Management, the game changer in turning property documents into profits. Now we are not just another service, we are your partner in unlocking sustainable income and fueling business growth with prime brokerage, collateral brokerage, credit brokerage, and land document perfection. We are redefining what is possible for property owners and businesses alike. At Eclipse, we have built a prime depository platform, a very secure, innovative space where property owners like you can lodge your documents and earn risk-free, sustainable income. For businesses struggling to secure funding, we provide the collateral solutions you need to thrive and grow. Now, every move we make is backed by a rigorous credit appraisal process, so you know you are in safe hands. Find us at a dental barrier near Moses Hospital, beside the West African Senior High School, and call us on 054-383-2466. That's how you reach out to us. At Eclipse Collateral Management, for property owners, we say think safety, earn decent income, and for businesses, we say think funding before projects. Alive bathing soap, I'm pretty sure you've experienced it already. If not, give it a try today. If you're looking for that soap that does more than just clean, then you are thinking Alive bathing soap. It leaves you feeling refreshed and invigorated after every bath. It's moisturizing, keeping your skin smooth and nourished. Why don't you choose from lemon, coconut, aloe vera, or rose variant, or a scent that suits your mood? It's affordable, high quality, and perfect for everyday use. Grab an Alive soap today from any shop near you and feel the difference. Alive soap, feel fresh, feel alive. You can join us with your messages this morning on X at Y1025FM, at NYDJ Live. I'll read them here on the show. On Facebook, Y1025FM, hashtag YFM Kumasi. Join us on there. I'll read all the messages.
To us, power is a promise, long lasting, dependable, ready when you are. Welcome to Battery Planets Ghana Limited, authorized distributor for Bosch products and LifeGuard Power backup solutions made in India. At Battery Planets Ghana Limited, we sell Bosch products like automotive batteries, spark plugs, filters, power tools, batteries for cars, trucks, and wiper blades. Available are LifeGuard solar batteries, gel batteries, and tubular batteries. We have LifeGuard hybrid inverters, UPS for solar system and power backup, Lucas brand safety boots from UK. All products sold are 100% original and guaranteed. Offering free car battery installation and checkup. We provide doorstep services. Located in Accra, Tema, and Takrady. Find Battery Planets Ghana Limited at Ahojo Runabout, Malcolm Road, opposite the Zenith Bank, next to Chicken Man. Calls on 055-078-4142.
Would you decline? Not me enjoying breakfast if you have a crack. Show wallpapers, any curtain blinds, or do you design in the hall and in the rooms? Wash a shark designer while you were from home. Never.
I know yet. 3D epoxy design.
Mesrel, baby,
free Alaska Star Enterprise. Wallpapers, window blinds, different colors and sizes. Over more than 350 different designs. Or designer Asa Tom 3D, 5D, any 8D moral designs in Ghana Hagina, Alaska Pet, or a man for Timiko to do a power ton for chemical said dear treatment, equal C designs in ya. Now just you say as I see a meton, then show us you. It make I as a clay design. It's not intentional. Wow, Tantan.
Nobody saying
Miss Alaska Star Enterprise. And I'm the chemical, a treaty, edit 3D. Purpose. A bit design, yeah, I had my 50. And then I'm a slow crowd, a woman more. I can be go for girls.
One more hypothesis.
Alaska Star Enterprise. Oh, Kumasiadum. Prudential Plaza, opposite to Hua. Akranso, Tiptoe Lane, opposite Circle Mall. And Wakaishi, and Neska Misadanamu. A Benny MTTD. Fred 0200 281 080. And now 0248 315 258.
Agriculture is for everyone, and I dream of the day everyone will have agriculture, vocational, or technical story to share. My name is Araba Kumsin, and I welcome you to Black0's Ejuma.
Join Araba Kumsing on YFM 102.5 every Monday at 8:30 a.m. for the Black0's Ejuma broadcast. Don't miss Black0's Ejuma broadcast on TV3 at 5:45 p.m. every Sunday evening. For more information on how to register for the Black0's program, call the Springboard Call Center on 030-8255-775 or visit Springboard Zone or Black0's on social media.
Black0's Ejuma is brought to you by Mastercard Foundation in partnership with the Springboard Roadshow Foundation.
Let's go. Something check na original fried rice. What's that feeling? And your fried rice in Kwao. The feeling. And one be a pair. And I'm saying check city aba. Check it down, yo. Check fried rice. Check jollof. Ooh. Jack it in the bustle. Check city. And I'm so here now. Some sweet fried plantain. Complimentary. Biryani and pork salad on one side. Delicious way. Check city. Every day 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Check City, LKUSD, Obsidia, Yedias Market, delivery service for Honor, Wendy Corner, near Namquaso, Express, train says here, a 0500-598569, and that's 0544-885921. Check fried rice, check jollof, check City, looks good, even tastes better. What's else here? And you feeling no.
If home is where the heart is, then let's go home, shall we? Let's go where the entertainment is, where the passion is, where the laughter is, and sometimes even the tears too. Let's go where we feel safe enough to share our opinions
And send tweets.
where we do that embarrassing little dance to our favorite song. Let's go home where the love, the care, and the joy live.
There's no place like home. Connect your home to super fast internet with affordable data bundles from MTN Home. Visit broadband.mtn.com.ga or your My MTN app to sign up today. Everywhere you go.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on Super Sports, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 CDs and GoTV decoder at 399 CDs. DSTV, your home of entertainment. GoTV, love it.
Malaria fever. No Tabian. Have a mister.
Nations, yes. Bobia City, Mutrabi, Nidia. Mutwami, Ewode, Garden, Ayediasi, Cecilia, Weekend Bia, Garden Muwana Mididi, Meche Adam and Eve, Onia, Weye, Asanka Experience. Slice in Quine. A Ben Power, Shaking, and now Goat Slice too. Joe in Quambia Ubibia. Ubeyebi, way a dia Sanka experience. Who's on Quino? Near Bonium, Nessa to Gino, live on YFM. Oh, oh, your Banco, Incruma Quaho, Mako Yina Wabi, oh, Killa, Ubedian Bessie, and now a Mutu, Udi Pim, oh, the Garden. The Sanka experience Echoes Weekend Beer, Saturday and Sunday, live from the Octopus Building, Ayediasi, Pies Junction.
Check City, more than the taste, and you feeling. Check fried rice, check jollof. KNUST, opposite Ayediasi Market. Delivery 0500 598569. Check City.
Served with swag. Stay awake, rise and shine. YFM.
Activities we get into contracts, like we form and enter into contracts. Maybe we don't think of them as contracts, but we do enter into contracts that require that we do something and the other party also does something. So you do your part or you perform your part and the other party performs his or her part as well. Now what happens when you perform your part and the other party doesn't perform his or her part? What remedies are available to you as an individual? What can you do in such situations? Let's look at our creators. Most of the times artists come out and say management and parties also come out saying the artists have done that, has done that. One thing we realize is that a lot of creatives don't like engaging lawyers, or they don't like signing contracts. They just go with oral contracts, which are also forms of contracts. But then the point is, what happens when there's a dispute? What happens when there's a breach of a term or a warranty? What happens? You see, when we do run some of these adverts, we say terms and conditions apply. What are those terms and what are those conditions? Terms would always go to the root of the contract, and so when one party refuses to perform their functions or their duties, you can actually withdraw or cancel the contract. But with conditions or warranties, what happens? Do they go to the root of the contract? How do they affect the contract? This morning we want to look at that and why it's important for creatives to involve lawyers when it has to do with their work. It's not just with the creatives, you are there as well. You also often enter into contracts. You're running a business. Oh, my toss cement be at this amount. What you no money one house me ba befa. So Charlie, I then you 2 months saying this, so you say issues be break. We're going to have a conversation on that this morning here on YFM as we all get to learn. Kofi Jamal with us one features High Springs in the city.
I'm an African G on 100%. Said a couple of balls and I bought me a band. I ain't even be paying no rent. Nah, I wake up and I feel so blessed. Thank God that my life switched. I ain't gotta work night shift. I stay my the bomb. I ain't talking about ISIS. Back to back with that fly. I want team to go like this. We go shopping on Westfield and now we don't even check prices. Nah, they say I'm brighter than a chandelier. Cause I look like a star from a mile away. Yeah. And if they ask you why you arrogant, mama, you just tell them cause you're with a nigga. I'm in the city with gorillas. I'm in the city with hyenas. My girls be hopping kangaroos. I turn my city to a zoo.
Stay awake, rise and shine on YFM.
I rep my city and I don't play. That's why we do it for the streets. We got the fire, got the heat. What you know about the place? Coming through with two tight flows. Last time I almost caught a case. What you know about the ace? You think you got what it takes? You think you got the power to hold your ground independent of the age? By the time that you get off your seats, they will floor when I felt I had to get up and walk that twice for twice. I had to get up some more. Finally made it to 28, now I'm picking it up and Park left it. They don't wanna see it get cake, get cheddar. You wanna see it get reckless? Nah, not me, I'm an idol. And my brain's my Bible. So I'd rather have first than we do this. Wanna be eight, this done suicidal. I'm so fishy.
Alright, so music in the back of feature more features High Springs and Jones, and this is In the City. So just like I did say earlier, we're having a conversation about contracts, formation of contracts, and like I said, in our day-to-day activities we enter into contracts, either awares or unawares, and both parties would have an obligation. This morning, lawyer JB Afrifa joins me. Lawyer JB Afrifa is with Akufo-Addo Prempeh and Co. And we want to find out from Lloyd. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on YFM.
You're also welcome, my brother.
All right, so sorry we had to pull you out of wherever you are this morning so that you get to speak to us on radio. We really appreciate it.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, so lawyer, in our day-to-day activities, we enter into contracts. Either we are aware or not, and we don't even know they are contracts. We are looking at the creative arts industry and how celebrities or individuals feel, there's no need for any contract. And all that. You can't tell us what are contracts in the first place? What are they?
Yes, so thank you very much. And as you said, you have to pull me from wherever, but I mean, it's for the sake of the industry and all that, and our obligation to educate the public on some of these matters. So thank you very much. And yes, so contracts basically are legally binding agreements between persons. And so in our daily lives, we do contract. When you use the term contract, it even makes it a bit complicated, but it's basically an agreement. So you wake up in the morning, you have to order an Uber, you have to enter a truck or a taxi. The taxi has a fare. You agree to pay and you are on board. And so that's how simplistic agreements can be. But you'd realize that the obligations that come with it may not be simple. And so, I mean, fundamentally, in our daily lives, in all spheres of life, agreements and contracts are key aspects. And so it's basically agreement between two persons in which they have an intention to make it legally binding, such that when one of the parties fail to honor the obligation, the other would have a right or a cause of action to enforce that agreement.
That makes it very simple, as you lawyers will say, simplicity. Grateful for letting it open for us. Now, as we've opened the floodgates for this, it means we enter into agreements on a daily, like you said. But let's look at creatives. Most of the times they go to the table without having legal professionals or people who understand these contracts they want to enter into, and they see things and they feel, on the surface of it, it means, as we all understand things in the normal English language, that's how they understand them, and they enter into it. Is it relevant that a creative goes to the signing of a contract with a legal professional?
Indeed, it is very relevant and imperative that all creatives, and I mean all creatives, we are not even going to segregate creatives, but I mean every and each one of them, taken from photographers to artists to painters to content creators. All creatives do need legal representation in whatever work that is set to do. Because, I mean, as I said, as simplistic as the agreements could come. I mean, sometimes these agreements are made in the most weird locations, right? They meet in a pub, we meet at a bar, and Charlie, I have this project. What do you think about it? I need you on board. And that's just it. But it should not end there, because whatever was said was between those two persons. I mean, sometimes management is involved, and other times it's just the individuals involved. But beyond that, these conversations ought to be reduced into writing to give it the legal effect that we need. And as I said, I mean, inherent in a contract are some vital elements that make it binding. And so in every contract we'll be talking about, there has to be an offer. The offer has to be accepted in no unqualified terms. There has to be some passage of consideration, that some gain or benefits or forbearance, whatever it may be. The persons engaged in the contract should have the capacity to contract. And I think I mentioned this not long ago on my brother Mr. Bones' platform, that sometimes the company in which you are even contracting with, you have to do your due diligence to ascertain that indeed the company is duly registered. If it's incorporated in Ghana, it's duly registered under the laws of Ghana. If their nature of business and all that, these are very crucial, because it would hurt so much that you would contract with a business, and when there's so much that has come out of that business, you realize that there's a default and you have to enforce it against them, and it's that time that you realize that the company does not even exist. It was a whole sham and a facade. And so it's very crucial. And sometimes it's not as if there are legal professionals all over who are interested in this industry. In fact, we even have lawyers who are artists, lawyers who have businesses in this photography industry and all that. And so there are lawyers who are keen about the interest and development of this industry. So it is not to say that we do not have professionals who are interested, but it is up to the creatives to understand and appreciate the need for these professionals. It is very important, because you cannot help a person who does not seek your help. And with the nature of our work, we do not go about soliciting for clients. It is a client who comes to you and instructs you to work. And so it is not as if we see an artist and we are moving to the person that will bring your work to me and all that. It is against the ethics of our profession. And so it is up to the creatives to understand and appreciate the need for these professionals in their work. And as I said, it could be the simplest form of agreement, because sometimes you never know where the project would end. And so it doesn't matter the amount involved, being it a CD, even if it's even a CD involved, it does not matter. And it is very crucial that you have terms reduced into writing. And I would say this, a lot of elements come into a contract, and most importantly, as I said, the party's capacity to contract is one. Again, you should be looking at the commencement of this contract, its effective date, its termination. Because recently, I know one of your brothers held this YouTube and was speaking about how one of our major artists had this contract, and though they think that they have terminated, or they have ceased to work with their manager, but the terms of the contract implies that it has an automatic renewal, such that even now that they think that they've moved on, it is still running, which is a very serious issue. And so you need a lawyer to be engaged. And I would also take the opportunity to advise against creatives who go online, download templates of agreements online. No, every contract is unique on its own. Every project has its own requirements, its own obligations, and the benefits that are expected. And so every contract is special and unique on its own, and that is why you'd require a legal professional to take you through the process.
Interesting. Now, for somebody who perhaps, you mentioned that it doesn't even matter when it's just a CD. For creatives, I've always said that, having worked in this space for a while, I realize that they care so much about their money. They always think about just themselves. The contract involved just about 1,000 cedis. This is something I can just sign and go my way. Why do I really need to have a lawyer? Because I might not even be able to pay the lawyer and himself for his services.
Yes, so I appreciate that entirely, and it's typical of Ghanaians. We look at what we seek to benefit before we take the necessary precautions. But mind you, as I said, you never know when that contract would become necessary, when that agreement would be relevant to something at a later date. You see, a lot of these things, and as a creative, most of these projects are interconnected. And your resume, you are building a career, right? You are building a career. Record keeping, documentation is very relevant. Let's say one day you have a major brand, an international brand, who seeks to engage you, and they want to look at some of the projects that you have embarked on. And let's say this contract that we are talking about that involved just 1,000 cedis. it ended up blowing up, attracting millions of listeners, viewers, whatever the case may be. And you did not have any record of documentation as to how this project even came about, how the agreement was made, what the terms were. I mean, the issues of, and as I said, the money is one thing, but as a creative, you are looking at other legal issues and most importantly, copyright issues. A time would come and we are battling with ownership, issues of ownership. Who owns the rights in this project? I mean, who reserves whatever rights? Are you able to transfer? Are you able to sell? And all these things, they are not things that we can orally agree on and it will be so effective. Mind you, that is not to say that oral contracts are not enforceable. Our Contracts Act of Ghana, I mean 1960 at 25, makes oral agreements enforceable. However, the burden is that a dispute may arise, and yes, your only proof is oral evidence. Now, oral evidence is your word against the other person's. And so sometimes we legal professionals may find it very difficult to prove a fact in issue when the only evidence available is oral evidence. And so, as I said, it doesn't matter the money involved. And as I mentioned earlier, that I mean there are lots of legal professionals who are interested in some of these issues. I mean, it's even sometimes if we know that I mean this contract may not be so much. I mean we sometimes render services for free. In fact, most of the time, most of the creatives that some of us work for, I mean sometimes you don't even demand so much and all that. I mean there are works that you virtually do for free. And it's for the passion of the work and the betterment of the industry. And so legal professionals are always available to assist creatives in these endeavors.
Now, some of these creatives enter into these contracts without having lawyers, and eventually there are issues. They want to part their ways, they want to go their own ways, and now they look for lawyers. Are lawyers available at that stage in their career to still work with them, or because you entered it on your own accord, you deal with it by yourself, or lawyers are always available for such situations?
You see, the fact is that lawyers would always be available because, I mean, and it's such, that's the irony that sometimes our creatives only appreciate our work when the mess is created. But the nature of our work is such that if we are able to start with you, we identify issues, and sometimes we even anticipate potential issues that may arise out of that project. We're able to provide a remedy right from the inception. But we are always available, but it is challenging when the mess come and you now seek our services because it would take a lot, and sometimes there could be virtually nothing that the lawyer could do about it at that stage. And I would make reference to this recent case again that I mean a creative who hasn't so much, I mean done so well, enters court and an agreement is put, his agreement that he signed, an agreement executed by himself, and he makes the point that he did not know what was in that agreement. And I mean sometimes it's disturbing, and so we would be around to assist, but it is up to you that right from the inception. It comes back to the point that the money does not matter, the amount involved does not matter, the stage at which you are undertaking such a project also does not matter. I mean, you may say that for now I'm just an underground artist, I mean I've not blown so much, my numbers are not so high, and so I need, but as I said, a time may come where a dispute may arise and you need all these agreements, paperwork that you think that on your own you could have done, and so we will be available to assist. But it is most imperative that you start with that professional from the inception. Just like you cherish your sound engineers, you cherish those who are doing the mixing, you cherish your editors and all that, you should cherish that legal professional that you'd engage to start with you from the inception.
Interesting conversation. For anyone who just tuned in, I am speaking to lawyer JB Afrifa on creatives, contracts, and all there is to it. Very insightful conversation this morning. Before we let you go to continue, the activity, tell us, for anyone out there who wants to seek like, I know lawyers are not allowed to advertise, as is against the code of ethics or code of conduct and all that. But for anyone who is seeking to, get a lawyer, how do they start? Do they just go online, Google search, or what do they do? Because somebody might want to have a lawyer to perhaps read out something for him. And there's this mindset about people approaching lawyers. They feel, hey, lawyer, dear, now some, it involves a lot of money. There's a perception.
Well, yes, in just a second, as you rightly said, I mean, I happen to be a staunch member of the Ghana Bar Association and fierce youth advocate for the Young Lawyers Forum of the association. The association has this platform, Lawyer Locator, which is available. You Google Lawyer Locator, you would find every lawyer and their areas of expertise. You can Google it on the GBA website. And so that would be the most professional, site that I can recommend, that anyone looking for a lawyer with expertise in corporate and commercial or entertainment law, they can log on to that platform, and you'll see it's open to all. And so you go to the GBA website, and then you find that there. Aside that, I mean, LinkedIn promises a professional platform where you would find lawyers who have over the years advocated for some of these industry-specific matters. And so you can engage today, and I believe that it will be of so much help that you engage them right from the inception, so they assist in projects and contracts. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you very, very much, lawyer, for speaking to us this morning, for the insightful conversation. And I mean, should we need any other information, we will knock on your door.
I'm always available to assist. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. Okay, so guys, there you have it. I'm sure you've heard everything about, he says no matter how small or no matter what it is involved in that contract, seek the knowledge of a lawyer or a legal professional. And I can tell you that there's an artist in Kumasi, I wouldn't mention the name, there's an artist in Kumasi who wanted to sign with a distributor. And so he shared, the contract with me. And even though, I mean, as at where I stand now, I'm not allowed to advise legally and all that, I read it and I pointed some few things to him. And he went back to the individual who wanted to do the distribution and put those questions to the individual. It's been 3 weeks now, the person has not responded. And so he sends me a message and says, NY, I think the guy doesn't have right answers to my question, because if he did, for weeks now, he would have responded. Because when he was sending me the contract, he was insistent that I sign. Now, after I put the questions to him about certain terms in the contract, he's refused to respond. He's not responded to my call and all that. That means there was going to be a problem in a few years to come. We now understand, no matter how small you are starting, seek the advice of a counsel. Our creatives listening, or for now, is because Charlie May underground. Lawyer SMD, Median Day. Mr. Bones.
And why? I mean, that was an insightful conversation that you had with JB. And you also asked those questions that we were all having in our minds. And I know most listeners were looking forward to those questions, and everything was just apt. Now, from the conversation, you could tell that reasons for involving a lawyer it shouldn't be an afterthought. The reason for having a legal profession in your team, or probably before signing or penning anything down, must not be an afterthought. Because you need to understand the complex legal language. And somebody who is not a profession in these areas, there are certain things that you will see in the contract and you take it light.
Yeah, you take it the literal meaning of it.
But it may be something different. I understand. I worked with an artist. It got to a point that the duration of the contract was due, but the obligations in the contract wasn't executed. So the contract was still binding. So the artist felt that, okay, Miss Anya contracted for 4 years.
4 years now. So.
But Nema no what's a year.
Yeah.
Within the 4 years, na onye. So still, if you've not done those things, it's still binding. So I mean, after taking the contract to a lawyer, like the lawyer read through it and said, no, per these things,
obligations.
Yes, until these obligations are fulfilled. These are the very things that you were supposed to do within the 4 years. If you had done that, then. So the artist needed to work on a different project just to let that project run for another year, wait for another 6 months and some months again before he could actually walk out of that contract. Why would you want to be in this mess? And assuming that the terms in the contract has to bind you for like 2 years without you being able to release a song or doing anything on your own.
You need approval from certain quarters before you're able to release a song.
We've seen and we've heard a lot of conversations about creatives who are at a point. I mean, we've heard about what happened between Ground Up, Kwesi Arthur. We've heard what happened between Yao Tog, Empire. We've heard Black0's and his former Chavez and all that.
And I mean, recently we are hearing about Kofi Jama and
God
One Records.
So it means that it's very imperative to have a legal profession to guide you through the process. I know. So sometimes it's scary. I mean, approaching a lawyer. I said the human there is scary human. But understand, whether it's a peanut that you are signing up for, you don't know what tomorrow holds for the brand. A china semundio.
Yeah.
So we are china. Now can say 1% of the wunyani because you catch us 1,000 if free humba. And you sign it for 100 cities because they're normal ugu ukraina 1,000 ever now we give 100 there. But tomorrow is something unpredictable, and if you have what it takes to grow into a formidable brand, then certainly you must be mindful of and understand the complex legal language so that things will be very clear to you. And two, you need to understand that negotiating favorable terms is also key.
Yeah.
Because one, a lawyer can read the contract and says that, okay, no, this partner says she must say idea. The last time I had an artist who actually sent me a contract. I'm not a lawyer, but I have worked on contracts with some lawyers, so there are certain things that I look out for in the contract. Now, the artist who is new and has been signed for like is it about 5 years contract, and they are saying that like the bailout clause is $5 million.
A new artist in Ghana.
Yeah. Now the bailout clause is $5 million. And I asked the question that, okay, so they are saying your bailout clause is $5 million. Then it means that they might have invested about $3 to $4 million in you.
Of course.
And do you know like the obligations to
the label?
To the label, it was just these kind of helping you with these 3 songs, 4 songs. I was like, then how could the bailout clause be $5 million?
I mean,
while you are not spending even close to $1 million?
What investment did they make in you to actually look out for that?
So it means that
maybe the record label feels he has a big potential, and that if we're able to push just a few out there, it should turn into gold.
So if you don't seek legal counsel, and I pinpointed out these things to them, and I said that no, you need to see a lawyer. But I mean, from the word go, these are the things that I am even seeing, and we need to seek a legal counsel on these things. And so you need to understand that negotiating your benefits or favorable terms is very key. That you shouldn't. I mean, know the commission rate, know the contract duration, the scope of service, and termination clauses.
Yeah,
these are very key. So you need a lawyer. It mustn't be an afterthought. You need the very beginning, because and sometimes to protecting your intellectual property as well.
Yeah.
Now sometimes
that often becomes a subject of arguments as a subject of contention when artists leave record labels. Like now, you won't benefit off it. Let's look at Jam Master J Kaki, for instance. Kaki can't perform any of the songs anywhere. And
it's sad.
So
I mean, when you seek a legal counsel, then certainly these kind of things. And the last thing that I would like to touch on is also preventing future disputes. I know lawyer mentioned it. That I mean, if they know there are certain contracts that from the very word go, they know that okay, these are the very things that could emerge tomorrow.
Of course.
And they prepare to face it. So even when they are advising you to take a certain decision, they know the outcome of it and they know how they can also cover it. Yes, and all that. So I mean, we should in everyday life.
Yes, kasem no. If you na me confer lawyer, na lawyer there. So Jimmy Sikany now.
And why?
People also assume that lawyers are always going to court, and yet they be an lawyers court.
And why? Truck driver now. Now o from said the lawyer can udu hono fairly saying
one city
and now ujitum say ubechia into ono so ne de ne so do beka ko du baby awe de uchi ahon fair na namboa o kona ka ne say ya de no ye
e was say that so pe car from our na so o ma
na atwe number fix car na namboa into so hwe na odumi ntwen ma na fix car na so pe car from ma o pe ma wo na ne chia car na do kwa namboa delay be mu de but kai hunu say the value of where you are going and the fare that you are paying it be a fair so but senka value be any baby awoko na nka ha honko ye ni me china semunti and I trust say ye de niam atoto wo no ma be bo china ne ho ban free say when you become too big that as long as you have something in you, then certainly people will love to work with you.
Of course.
And if they want to work with you, you must know or set that level playing ground so that tomorrow you'll be grounded, but you're not ground.
You'll be grounded, but you're not ground. Thank you very much. Eddie Kings has NY, there's 7 kids and Tubani as well. Yeah, they also have their own issues going. Anyway, let me get to Mula briefly before we hit the phone lines. JB has actually thrown more light on this whole contractual issues and all that. I mean, in brief, what do you also add to this for creatives? Not just creatives, but in our day-to-day activities as well. You know, you've signed a contract. Like I'm here with YFM. I have a working contract. I have terms. I have conditions. I have things I need to meet. My employer also has duties or obligations they have to meet as well. If one doesn't, the internal grievance mechanisms that have to be employed to use them to make sure everything is sorted and all that. Contracts, record labels, artists, issues day in, day out. I don't know what you make of it.
Anyway, we've come across a lot of issues from record label and artists. It's not going to be the last time we are going to discuss this, and certainly it's going to spring up as we move along, and all these mistakes keeps happening, and we always trying to find ways to help artists or the record label live a seemingly robust relationship or a robust contract, which we've discussed that some of them are signed under very interesting conditions. And I think there are, I did some research, and I would like to put in some small words or two about the most important parts. We made an example of Kaki and then extra large music, and how it ended and all that. It is very sad when an artist, whether he wrote the song, she or he wrote the song or not, cannot perform it after the contract has been dissolved or the contract has ended. I think it goes both ways. They had a record label and then also the artist himself, because if the person is able to perform the songs, some of these songs are being reignited. Kaki and Yasamaika 2012 as a but say you performing, you know, baby, if she's invited anywhere and she performs the songs, I mean, if the record label enjoy the streams and the royalties, it goes back to them. Until some of the contracts here, we always look at, say, it's gonna hurt the artist, my sign Mr. Bones, no, so OPA free contract him, he cannot perform the song. If you cannot perform the song, how or no, but no, it will come back and hit the artist. So the ownership rights, even if you cannot afford the lawyer, now the ownership right, ensure there is clarity.
But how do you understand the clarity when you can't even understand the contract that you are signing?
Say okay. Now you tell us here. Now say ownership is going to go for who? Say which say your consultancy. There are a lot of boys that come to us, that come to you. If you are signing any contract, there are some selling points also here. That's ownership is very important.
Let's not forget that most of the time these creatives are either entering contracts at a point where they are their weakest and like as in or new or here support. Yeah. So they are naive into big chain is there. I'll take 70 and you take 30 and I'll take 80, you take 20 crown or you okay because of you there on our one. But I mean, like we said,
and sometimes
professional
the 80-20,
can understand
the 80-20 ratio.
There are also breakdowns even in
like
that.
Like they say that okay, 60, okay, 80 is for you. We are taking 20. Now, 80 on what?
Is it on
20 on what?
Exactly.
So some of these things, I mean, we try as much as we can to remedy it, and one of these things are you have to do some research before you get into any form of contract. So the you have to know say who owns what at the end of our contract. Seminim say no crana medical contracting. At the end of the day, if I am done with this record label, Guava Records or anything of that sort, who owns what? So ownership is very important. The terms of ownership is very important. Financials, very important. Creative input, marketing, and the contract length and termination. I to say the all you don't think about divorce when you are entering into marriage. But then that's also very important. How do you solve internal issues in a day? If it's a 7 case and yesterday they went to court. Before Echo Court, now call Asuka Police Station. Before Echo Court, now call Regional Minister. Just because Baku feels say I have rights to social media platforms. I will be a mommy.
I mean, we've had several instances where people leave record labels and their social media is taken over because of you on the creative mouth.
So the case, I'm not going to talk much about it.
Ishon.
Of course, yeah.
I'm not going to take talk about much about it, but the case has been adjourned to October. You better say but we try as much as we can to, I mean, talk to these boys to understand the fact that Masa Adena can change your life forever. And so now
contracts are very important.
It is very important how you are exiting the legal jurisdictions. Is it arbitration or mediation? How are you going to resolve your issues? And we are I mean, who is financing? Are you just providing a label service or your consultancy? And I say, oh, now you're financier. Because all these things, some of these things are not clear. I entered into a contract with Candy Boy, and I told him, say, look, from where I stand, I cannot provide the finances to help you propel to wherever you want to get to. Fantastic talent, but mean to me financing. Because you could pay for video mean to me.
He came into the contract as what?
As me provided managerial service.
Okay.
Until you, if
funding may be coming from somebody else.
Fund it.
Well, if it's, I mean, and American, you see, like lawyer said, with any contract, the basics are offer and acceptance. You make an offer, the person accepts. There should be some consideration. And the point is, you must know that both parties are they, are they okay to enter such a contract? Like you said, you might enter into a contract with a business and realize a business across and register, so in law it doesn't exist.
Typical example, yes, to wrap up. Typical example, me manage Flo Kingston. You had a contract from African One Media. I think they were inside Africa or either East or South Africa.
No, African One Media was in Ghana. And RIP to Mama C. Yeah.
They presented us a contract. We didn't consult anything. By a kind, Brofu by Entase. By Entase.
Mama C.
So as a well-trained lawyer, he asked us what is going on. Mula and Sayan, and I was King. I don't understand. Unless we consult. So it is very dangerous
to assume that you understand
on that tangent.
I tell you something. Yesterday, where Dennis put before us a question that we're trying to resolve, and then in answering it, somebody says we're trying to establish murder, and somebody says you need to look out for the motive. It's like, no, in establishing murder, you don't look out for the motive, you look out for the intent, like the intention. Somebody thinks motive and intention are the same, but they are different things. So in establishing murder, you need to look at there has to be that intent that you wanted to. But of course, the kind of dreams and what was the motivation? What was the motive for doing that? But what was the intent for doing that? But they are different things.
Two different.
Exactly, and they mean different things. So don't just sit back and think that maybe I mean something different. That's how careful we need to be with our contract. Let me see if I can speak to an individual or two this morning about contracts and how we enter them, and of course Medikal's conversation this morning. But remember that Adam's Kitchen has great meals for you, and you may want to enjoy. They have every kind of rice for you. They have their bangoon. You want your tilapia, you want your noodles, spaghetti, and their new addition to the pizza menu. That's a Ponchi pizza, Sankofa pizza, and the Akumapa pizza. Just make sure you talk to them today. Find them at Tanoso Amstead Campus, KNUST Ayediasi Gate, and the new branch at Tafu 4 miles. You can also get to their 3 other joints at Apachapa Station, Poku Chrome Station, and the new branch at Santasi Roundabout off Patas, close to Golf Filling Station. Talk to them today on 053-7277-856 or 020-320-4416. Tabia Herbal Mixture is the award-winning herbal medicine in Ghana and across Africa. A dependable remedy for battling malaria, fever, typhoid fever, and loss of appetite. As we continue to conquer malaria, remember, Tabia Herbal Mixture is with us on this fight. Get it from any pharmacy, licensed chemical shop, or any herbal shop. Tabia Herbal Mixture. Let's conquer malaria.
I'm an African G on 100%.
Okay, Electroland is saying that I wanted to save money.
I ain't even be paying no rent.
Yeah, so the Samsung kickoff promo is on, and it's a goal for savings. As the city rises, Samsung prices drop. We say get double price cards on LED smart TVs, 4K UHDs, stunning QLEDs, and even OLEDs. You can now grab a Samsung OLED 65, 77, or 83 inches and walk away with a free projector and a bag discount. Snag the 100-inch, 120-inch projectors, Samsung Duracool fridges, inverter ACs with free Wi-Fi, breakers, washing machines, and more, all at crazy good prices. Plus, you buy the bespoke 4-door fridge and get a free glass panel to match your style. Don't miss out. Rush Electroland showrooms and authorized Samsung dealers nationwide. Call 050-315-9739. Samsung kickoff promo. It's game on for savings. Now let me pick the final thoughts of my guest this morning before we make way for the mid-morning radio show.
Last time I almost caught a case. What you know about the age? You think you got what it takes? You think you got the...
But of course, before we go, once again, okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, why?
Yes, sir. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Benmaya Fashion, calling from Kwadasa.
Benmaya, are you a fashion designer? You enter into contract on the daily. You'll be able to Friday. Friday, I'm running to store them.
Wait, me and my son, wow, I want to say the Mukan and Mr. Boscas said, Sabia or Fatum says Sabia so for Trotona one city now, or Yana Sabia was went to man for quite as over Pecamon, I say, or Disicaman. And Person Muse, Kofa legal practitioner, said lawyer, Nasibia, Onuna, Menini Dili, Nasi BBC, Meloyan and Tenants and Tanzania, Manasibia, Meloyan and Medikal, or also contract and sana one of the many markets out of contract and another one the Mekofana and would be a Mexico.
Mr. Can it be a name to us in a memo answer?
Okay, the person says, Sememe Kofa, Meme lawyer now, lawyer Mekofa, also a contract and Menina sign.
Sir Okofa contractor, Okofa lawyer, Udika Chene, Okwa, Obeka Unsema, here Chene, the how in Tiawaba. If you know can the fee before you move on to a Jumane was or your mouth. What I say? It has as Wakobi law firm, work on the chamber, or qua Chenzo, lawyer. Many will be any same way, say this in a coso. Otieni and time behind was so didn't create your lawyer, was so open up a kind of crabby a woman chance and everyone knows no one be faso and to charge you an hour. Into now I said, oh yes, sir, nephew, no one can the legal fees. Nephi, taking it from there.
Okay, Timbezem says, Kobas, a meme of a lawyer, and a lawyer knows one of a contract, meaning equal science and with the minimana.
Walk on lawyer and also your contract. Munya agree, and I make an offer and acceptance. Into Unya the Wasam Cotton and Waja to say, okay, Maye, I was so to say. Bibi na uti and your friend consideration, what ya bibi, what I say. Into no Munya agree, selfie, a bay jumano. It's also a form of contract, a form of agreement.
And as a contract, we not contract with you, and as I never be home, you team in Copelo for no. There be a new who cry, a new who cry. Was when a lawyer was contract, maybe a 1,000 Ghana. Now, if I make a lawyer, not lawyers will be best 700, and as a Yabokao. Baby, I am most of the times no lawyers never the amount of money involved, and I say, said your car say, if you are celebrities, they call me a Jumani Cramo free. Into any time, Biana Beko lawyer, be or because I met this say, and lawyers the crap pay or more a Jumo me and Emranda home. Amount was almost charging the senior lawyers or amount almost charging, junior lawyers were amount almost charging, and you can some charging beyond a certain amount. And they are didn't in our home, who cry. Why? Okay, so I can say that my best friend, Papa lawyer says, yes, you are going to go you may be uncle for my Mandaro, my Matthias, thank you very much for calling. And so I think we need to really have a conversation with maybe the Ghana Bar Association or something. There are a lot of perceptions. People feel for the intimate Jomo can say in some doors. You have a caller? And I time as well. Okay, so yes, me a time as well. I'll confess it call the main dog the call. I mean, from the questions that is coming up tells us that people have heard the conversation and they have keen interest. But his question is very interesting though. Yes. I mean, me as an individual.
So I'm going to have a sign a contract.
But I mean,
but every lawyer is supposed to look out for your best interest. It's a fiduciary relationship.
Yes. So I mean, such is the world that we find ourselves. Every day we are entering into contracts, and we need to know what comes out of every contract that we are entering into. Yeah. Even with our relationship, so what she our banner be makra matim huase no. Say emra na ebo ho by. Ebo that relationship no by. So every day is about the law. Yeah. We enter into agreements every day. So just know whatever that you are entering into and the pros and the cons of what you are entering into. And again, let me say that any agreement be I enter beyond the chess you see a court. Debbie. Any agreement beyond the chess be ADR which me solve it because you can use everyone's a crown mediation. Your intention was not to send the court. The court might not even. So I mean, it's good for us to know these kind of things, because as creatives we create every day.
Yeah.
And out of the things that we create are the things that makes who we are.
So fashion for now, what's your nipa ne say Friday we train the sika Friday or buy no way to store no. Baby I want so okono when timi anko we lose iska ni nyina waso betimi ayehye because onya de okwa o ma na
no mo no anuane no so ka ho ka cho mo anuane fo no
e bia ne wani da so kono amba
utumi jo say aduane e bia like mula wedding no je bia 100 cedis per plate na or 70 per bia 200 into 200 sika na man no aduane o timo obi 100 cedis wo program na say
mula I think there is that perception out there say lawyers are expensive. Lawyers are expensive. If you hear me case here, me kunya ya Jamie Kasi for a very long time. Say I was taking advantage of because I didn't seek any.
You see, right from the beginning, I told you.
So still not perception.
Right from the beginning,
still it was the perception. Oh, as in with the Zena Simbia. I feel now for 3 months, and I lost a lot of money because of that. So. I want to make that mistake again.
Yeah.
But this kind of lawyer rather than say beko So okay. I mean let's not be scared of lawyers. They are brothers, they are sisters. They look for your interest.
Yeah.
And then conversations are not now but near future. Said you go and involve yourself in a DBI and tangle. Our life, bit our life are very messy.
Yeah, that's true.
And this morning, on this note, we like to say that we've done the lawyer's bidding, and they need to have it.
Anyway,
say a prayer and make a move regardless. Yeah, very fun.
All right, thank you very much, guys, for the inputs this morning. But before we go, happy birthday to Mr. Peter Osei, popularly known as Man Piero, the CEO of Piero Clothing. Inside Ultimate News Side, this is coming in from Agrimo. Agrimo wants to wish you a happy birthday. So happy birthday to you. And again, happy birthday to Mr. Thomas Nanakumi Efriye, aka Beremesikani. May God bless him beyond measure. Coming from the knees, Abba Sandra. So happy birthday to you, Mr. Thomas Nanakumi Efriye, aka Berema. Alright, and before we go, I guess you guys want to sing happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to a special friend of mine, one of the friends many of my dear girl for more than 20 years. He's Lisbon Nanapuku Inoko. Our CEO of Diamond Coast Store.
Okay.
At least happy birthday going out to
YFM team.
Okay, happy birthday going out to Blessing.
Yeah. And the sister Abigail.
I don't have enough dough.
And I'm also seed one.
You don't have enough dough.
Oh please, please let me put the words together.
I have my time also.
No. I said happy birthday going out to Blessing. Though I don't have enough dough, but I could buy her condo.
Bye.
And
Nita, I thought you were dating Paco.
Oh, you too. Percy is now number 1. Keep up. For everything I have done for him, you'll have to spoil me today. Proper.
You'll have to